I really like some of the questions that were sent in that we picked up, especially some of the ones about raising the magic wand and were you always dreamed of, those were really ones I've never heard before, and it's amazing what you can learn when you listen to somebody else. And so tonight I thought we'd start out by whoever wants to go first. Who would like to share what their favorite question is so we can add it to the list? Anybody want to go first before I pick on you and call on you? Don't be shy. Okay.
John, this is Joe.
Yeah.
This is Joe here, yeah. One of the common questions I get is, or comments that I get from people, that they have no money.
Uh-huh.
So one thing I'll ask them is, you say you have no money, so what are you currently doing to change your current situation?
Okay. All right. That's good. What are you currently doing? What are you currently doing to change your situation? And how do you follow that up with a follow-up question, Joe?
I would say something like, wouldn't it make sense to listen to what I have? This could possibly be something that could, be life-changing for you.
Okay. Wouldn't it make sense? Would you say that again? Wouldn't it make sense?
Yeah, wouldn't it make sense to listen to the opportunity I have? Because it could be life-changing for you. Or it could be something that could change your situation.
Okay. Okay. Changing for you. Okay. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit to avoid the word opportunity, but I think that's a 5-star follow-up question, Joe.
Okay. Clean it up, Doctor.
All right. And, yeah, I'll put it on the list. That's lovely. Who else wants to offer one? That was a great one. Anybody else?
John, I typically ask people, which do they think is either harder or easier?
Which do they... Okay, wait a minute. I'm writing this down. Which do they think is harder or easier?
I'll put either one.
Uh-huh.
Having your own business or having a job.
I love that. Having your own business or having a job. That's a love. And do you use anything for follow-up, Naomi?
Oh, tons of stuff, depending on what they might say.
Give us some example, please.
I use that question more as a qualifying.
Uh-huh.
Because if they think that having their own business is easier,
uh-huh,
obviously my first question is why.
Uh-huh.
Depending on their answer, I'll either just qualify them right there.
Let's say that again, because this question is like music to my ears. Say that question again, please, Naomi.
Which do you think is easier, or you could substitute harder, having your own business or having a job?
And no matter which one they answer, you ask them why? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Guys, if you don't like that one, I need to order you a box of chocolates or something. That's 2 good ones in a row.
I know, I love it. That's great.
It is good. That's going to get used, and we're going to steal it from you guys, so just consider it stolen. Okay, anybody else have one they want to offer? Don't be shy. Come on.
This is Noemi again.
Yeah.
I asked them how they deal with objection.
Ooh. Okay, explain that a little bit. In other words, you say, how do you feel with... Give me the exact wording.
Deal.
How...
Deal. D-E-A-L.
How... Oh, deal. How do they deal with objections? Okay. Do you qualify that at all, or do you just ask them that question straight out?
No, it might be something along the lines, that might be a follow-up question to what business were they in, what they liked, what they didn't like, and
okay.
Project that question.
Okay, so this is a good follow-up question. Okay. That's lovely, Naomi. It's still not as good as which do they think is better, harder or easier. That was a winner. Okay, anybody else have any thoughts about questions that they like to ask before we go into the rest of the program here? I can't believe we don't have more.
John, this is Nora.
Hi, Nora.
Hey, this is later on after I've done the discovery. I just asked him, I said, how would it make you feel, being able to go to your mailbox and pull out the $800 check for the month, which you can then put toward your $10,000 medical bill? Would that help ease some of your stress and be able to give you more quality time with your family?
Okay, I can't write that fast, so would you do that again for us, please? How would it make you feel if you can pull out of your mailbox? That's as far as I got.
Okay. And again, this would be inserted, whatever amount of money they wanted to make. I'm using $800 here.
Okay.
$800 check for the month.
So you would refer back to what they wanted to make in order to... Okay, all right.
Well, like I say, I've gotten information, and basically throwing it back at them.
Okay.
Trying to get them to get warm and fuzzy.
Okay.
Being able to go to the mailbox and pull out a whatever number, dollar check for the month that you can then put towards, and in this case I'm using, a $10,000 medical bill that they had hanging over their head.
So you use their need, whatever their need was.
Whatever their need is.
So the question is framed around the dollars they need and the need that they have.
And what they were wanting to do with it, and then what that would do for them.
And what they were wanting to do with it, and how it would help them.
For example, then, easing some of their stress, being able to spend more quality time with their family. Again, what they were wanting.
Okay, say that question one more time to make sure we have it, okay?
Yeah, how would it make you feel, being able to go to your mailbox and pull out an $800 check every month that you could then put towards your $10,000 medical bill? And then, you got it?
Yeah, I got that part.
Okay. And would that help ease some of your stress so that you could then be able to spend more quality time with your family?
Okay.
And again, I'm inserting what they were wanting.
So the whole question is basically using their own information back at them with the dollars, the need, how it would help them, how it would benefit them. Oh, that's lovely. That's good, Nora.
Usually that helps kind of get them, connected, because they hear, because it's been, all this, as I call it, rigmarole, to try to get the information out of them.
Okay.
Then basically spill it back at them, with a nice warm blanket around it.
Perfect. Now, Nora, we've known each other, a long time?
Yeah.
So when I ask you this question, you're not going to hang up on me, right?
No.
Okay. I want to say something about you, but would you give me a general idea of what your age is? Come on.
Somewhere in the early 50s. How about that?
All right. Nora, everybody, who's somewhere in her 50s, also runs a training operation, a horse training operation, and in her 50s, boys and girls, she can still jump a fence. I can't even climb over one at my age, and Nora's still jumping over them. I still can't get over that. I've been on the phone with her when she said, "I'm sorry, I got to drop the phone. The horse or the mule just went over the fence. I got to go," and off she went.
Off they go.
I'll never forget that.
It's mostly mules. Every once in a while,
mules.
More prone to jumping.
There you go. Okay.
They like to jump.
All right, Nora, bless you. Thank you. Anybody else have one for this segment of our call? Their favorite question?
John, this is Vanessa.
Yes, ma'am.
Lately, I've been saying to people after we go to do the initial introduction of who I am and the fact that they were, looking on the internet for to earn supplemental income, I'll just say to them, I'll say something to the effect of, in order for this to be worth your time and energy, what would it in order for it to be worth your time and energy, how much money would you be, let's see how I say it, for this to be worth your time and energy, how much money would you like to earn on a monthly basis? Something to that effect.
Okay. All right, let me say that one more time because I'm writing down your words. In order for
any home-based business to be worth your time and energy, how much would you need to make on a monthly basis?
Okay.
For this to be worth your time and energy. Any way you wanted to phrase it, but something along that line is what I usually say.
Okay. In order for any business that you work from home, what would it take to be worth your time?
For any home-based business to be worth your time, how much on a monthly basis would you need to earn?
How much would you need to earn?
Right,
okay.
So that gives me an idea of how much they're looking to earn, and, that gives me an idea of how much effort they'll put forward.
Perfect. That's going on the list, Vanessa. That's going on the list with Joe's and Noemi's and Nora's. That's lovely. This is great. Anybody else want to offer one? This is good stuff, everybody. I hope you're writing it down. I am. And I'll type it up and send it out to you in case you don't. I'll add it to the list. Anybody else have their thoughts they want to add? Okay. Then we'll close out this segment. Thank you very, very much. Very much. Joe, are you ready to go to work?
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, guys, you just think I told him he was going to get an IRS audit. Could you tell that? Could you hear that in his voice? Oh, okay, well, Joe and Vanessa and Caleb, his son, and I, we meet once a week because they all live right there in Chicago, and we have just their little team call. We have a wonderful time doing it, and we do this for other teams, but Vanessa, Joe, and Caleb, we raise a lot of cane, I got to tell you that. Anyway, Vanessa's been doing her role plays and her testing, so to speak, and everybody's been getting done, but Joe's been busy lately, so tonight he gets to do it live with all of us. Right, Joe?
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to go when you are, Professor. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hi.
Joe, you're the marketer. I'm the prospect, Joe.
Oh, you're the prospect. Oh, okay. I wasn't clear on that.
Oh, Vanessa, can you hear this? Can you hear this? Oh, girl. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe.
Okay, good. Okay, you were ringing me. Okay, ring, ring. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can I speak to John, please?
This is John.
John, this is Joe Calloway. Just giving you a quick courtesy call. Recently, you filled out some information where you requested some no-obligation information about starting a home-based business. May I ask you, John, how far are you on your search?
Other than getting some calls and being disappointed, I really haven't gotten very far.
Disappointed? What do you mean by disappointed? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, simply put, the people that call me really, my wife says they sound bizarre in what they say and what they tell, and we don't believe them, and my wife thinks this is a joke anyway, that nobody can make any money doing this, and she's giving me a hard time about it, but I'm going to check it out and see for myself.
Okay, if I'm clear, John, you say your wife said it's a joke, but clearly you don't think it's a joke, do you?
I don't know that it's a joke, but if she says it's a joke around our house, if she says one thing, I say the opposite. So I'm out to find out whether she's right or whether I'm right.
Oh, okay. So may I ask you, John, how long have you been looking?
Oh, I'd say almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks, okay. And you've had a few jerks, as you say, call you.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So may I ask you, John, what are you looking for?
Okay. Let's do a pause here now, okay? How we do? Okay. I said that my wife thinks this is a joke, and that whatever she does, I do the opposite. Wouldn't it be a good idea to ask, so is this exercise merely to prove your wife wrong, or are you really serious about making supplemental income? Which is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming, okay, yeah.
All right. So let's let's pick up from there where I have to answer that question before we go any farther, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and
you say your wife said this was a joke, but obviously you don't feel like it's a joke, do you?
No, I don't. No, we need to make some extra money, and proving her wrong would make my day, but the money's more important.
Oh, okay, you say proving her wrong. So how serious are you in looking, John? Is this an exercise where you're trying to prove your wife wrong, or are you seriously about looking for some money?
For me, it's about the money.
Okay.
And even if I do something, I'm still going to have to prove to her, that I can make money.
Okay, and let me ask you this, John. So what if you don't make any money? Does that mean you quit?
Probably.
So what are your expectations as far as making money? What is your time frame?
Well, I guess I just have to listen and find out what is real, what is real out there. I don't know. I mean, if I could make an extra $50 or $100 a week working 4 or 5 hours in my spare time, I'd be happy.
Okay, and that would be a success for you and a success for your wife, I take it.
It'd be a good start, yeah, because if you could make that much, then maybe we can make more.
Oh, okay. Fantastic, John. So what have you looked at so far, John?
Well, we looked at someone selling us travel. We can't afford to leave town, so we weren't interested in that one. Let's see, what else was there? There was one selling, saving money at the grocery store, some kind of shopping deal, and we didn't understand it. But it sounded good. We liked it. We really did. But my wife liked to travel, and come to think of it, but it was like, we can't afford to travel, so how could we be part of something that we can't afford? But we liked the grocery store one, but we just didn't like the way they presented it. So we really haven't done anything except listen to those two, I guess.
Okay. Now, in your interview, John, you stated that you can afford to spend $400 a month on products, on your own business.
Yes.
How much time are you able to invest on a monthly basis?
Oh, on a monthly basis?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't know on a monthly basis. I get home at 4:30, and I've got from 4:30 the rest of the day at home. So whatever that is, multiply it out. That would be what I have available.
Well, that sounds like adequate time there, John. So let me ask you, John, have you ever had a home-based business before?
No.
You have not. So what kind of qualities do you think you bring to the table that will help you be successful in having your own home-based business?
Well, I do customer service work for a local plumbing contractor, and my wife's discussion with me is if I can put up with the people that I have to do with the customer service department, that there's hope for me yet.
Okay. Well, I neglected to tell you, John, that I'm not a telemarketer. I'm not here to ask you for any money, but I'm here just to kind of feel you out to see if you qualify for what I have to offer, as well as to be something that you can be successful at. So, John, I'm here to help you and offer you some solutions to whatever your financial needs may be. Does that sound fair enough to you?
Oh, sounds great.
Okay. Let me ask you, John, how do you feel about risk?
What kind of risk?
When it comes to risking your time and in money investment in your own business.
Risk of time and money. I'm not afraid to risk time working at something. That doesn't bother me. And as long as we don't lose too much money in this, I'll take a gamble at it, but I'm not interested in losing a lot of money, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay. You said you wanted to take a gamble. Would it make sense to you, John, to kind of do like a trial run even before you even decide to get into the business? Trial run where you, like money back, no obligation, where you can try the product to see if it's something you'll be interested in. But wouldn't you agree, John, that you'd have to be interested in yourself before you could even sell it?
Explain that to me. I'm not sure I understand. You're telling me I can do what?
What I'm offering you, John, is a no-risk opportunity where you can actually try the product before you even decide to operate the business yourself.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, we're taking the risk out of it. So just become a user of the products And once you become a user and you like the product, John, you may decide to go ahead and become a marketer of the product.
Okay, well,
fair enough.
Yeah, that's all fine and well, and I know how important the product is, and I'll take you up on your offer, but I got to know whether or not I can do whatever it is you do for this business that you're talking about. That's my biggest concern, is that I don't know if I can do it or not.
Well, John, do you think you can call someone up just like I called you up?
Oh, sure.
And that's all we do, John.
Let's pause here a minute. Let's pause a minute, okay? Okay, Joe, this guy told you he runs a customer service department for a contractor, okay?
Okay.
So I would have asked him, well, give me an example of what you do with customer service when you're troubleshooting solutions, or you're troubleshooting questions, or you're troubleshooting complaints. How do you deal with these folks? And show him how he could transition from his customer service job to what you're doing to make him comfortable.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and wrap up this up and see how you transition to taking me to the second appointment, please.
Okay. All right. So just keep going from where I was at. Okay. So, John, and consider taking all the risk out of it, what I'd like to do, John, is send you some information where this information will actually be a checklist for you to actually evaluate any business opportunity that may come your way, and even my opportunity. It's called Save Money and Work Smart. So what I'd like for you to do, John, is to take a look at that and answer some of the questions on there, and I'd like to follow up with you. And we can go ahead and start talking about some of the products. How does that sound to you?
Give me the benefits, please, of doing this exercise.
Well, one of the benefits, John, would be that you can evaluate my business opportunity as well as anybody else's business opportunity, as well as to give you an overall view of what's expected of you before you start this opportunity.
Okay.
So would that sound something that you'd like to look at, John?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, in order to get someone to come to the second appointment, the value of what they're going to get has to be just a little bit more clear. So you would offer them phrases like, how would you feel if you could verify and confirm if the business was legitimate? So you weren't afraid of being scammed. How would you feel about that? And how would you know if you could know in advance whether or not you could afford it so you wouldn't lose money? Would that make sense to you? And what would it mean to you if you had a budget and a plan? So you know what's going to cost you now and for the next year. How do you feel about that? And what about dealing with your confidence issue when you can test drive it? How does that sound? And how do you know if the training fits you or not? Wouldn't you want to know whether or not the support is there and the training there is something that you can do? What do you think? And how do you feel about not being alone? How important is support to you? And what about going slow enough so you don't feel pressured or rushed? And most importantly, wouldn't you like to know what's expected of you? What to do and how to do it before you make a financial decision? Don't you think this is one of the biggest decisions you're making? And, building a new business or a new career? How do you feel about it?
Okay.
That'll get them to the second call, Joe. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Co-host, any questions that you have before we open up our floor for questions from our guests? Any questions, please?
Yeah, John, this is Nora.
Hi, Nora.
Hey, his, I guess you call it posture, voice tone, lighter, darker voice, just everything. He was positioning himself really good, I thought.
He was, yes. Yes, he is. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. This is Vanessa.
Yeah, his posture, his tone, his rhythm, his delivery is what we're talking about. His delivery was very good. And
the fact that he kept mentioning your name was making a connection with you.
That's right. He kept dragging me into it, Vanessa. That's absolutely right. Yes. And when you have that type of a strong delivery, you can miss some of the points that we spoke about and still get through the call successfully because your posture, delivery, your rhythm, your tempo, your connecting will make up for it. And that's exactly what Joe did.
John, I got a question in the comments.
Yeah.
My comment is that what I sensed was he was not overly emotionally connected to whether or not you were going to, whether you would be interested or not. Therefore, if you did say no, he was not going to be, blown out of the water by doing so because he didn't overextend himself.
No, he didn't. And that's a very good point.
My question is that the benefits that you discussed in terms of wrapping up the call, is that are those standard operating procedure type benefits that you can wrap up with any call, no matter what product or service that you're providing?
Absolutely. Yeah, Jamal, it is. It is, yes. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Okay. Any other questions or comments, please? Okay.
This is Damien. I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir, Damien.
When it comes to somebody telling you, well, I'm not comfortable with this idea of commissions, how do you respond to that?
Ask the question again, please, Damien.
When the caller themselves brings up the idea of commissions and says, well, I'm just not comfortable with commissions, how do you respond to that?
Commissions.
Right, commissions.
Okay. All right.
No, you didn't even mention commissions yourself. They did it all by themselves, yet brought it right out that they're not comfortable with that idea at all.
Okay. It's a good question. Let's kick that around a little bit here. Out of the clear blue sky that says, well, if this is a business where I have to sell, I'm not comfortable making commissions. Okay, my first question would be why aren't you comfortable in making commissions? What's been your experience with this? What hasn't worked for you? Why are you uncomfortable? What would it take to make you comfortable? Why do you feel this way? What would it take to change you to feel better about this? What's holding you back? Are you looking for a job and a paycheck? Do you know the difference? Does that answer your question, Damien?
Yes, thanks.
Bless you. Any other questions from our co-hosts? No more questions? Going once? Twice? Okay, I'm going to open up the floor, everybody. Give me 1 second, please.
All callers are unmuted.
Any questions, please? Feel free to ask them. Who wants to ask a question? You're free to do so. Any comments?
John, this is Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon. Top of the evening to you, partner.
I'd like to take a stab at the question that Damien tossed out there.
Okay.
It's kind of piggybacking on what someone had said earlier in regard to which do you find harder or easier. I guess I would kind of ask them the question, which would you prefer more, trading your time for dollars or being paid for your performance? Do you understand the difference between the two?
Whoa, Marlon, do that again. Say that again, Marlon. We want to write that down.
Which would you prefer, continuing to trade your time for dollars or being paid for performance, and do you understand the difference between the two?
Okay, hang on. Say paid for performance, and do you understand the difference? Okay, say that one more time to make sure we got it, Marlon, please.
Which would you prefer, trading your time for dollars, or being paid for your performance? And do you understand the difference between the two?
I hope everybody likes this as much as I do. I really do. I really do. I hope everybody likes this. One more time, Marlon. Say that one more time so we all get the benefit of that, please.
Okay. Which do you prefer, trading your time for dollars or being paid for performance? And do you understand the difference between the two?
Marlon, that's a winner. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you very much. We're going to add that to our list, everybody. That was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Anybody else have a comment or a question? No more comments or questions? Okay. All right.